Minish Cap. And then what after that? There's more games. The Four Swords and the Four Swords Adventures. They would go after this one because in this one, Link and Zelda are childhood friends, which would not go anywhere else. It's kind of dorky, but anyway. Four Swords, and then Four Swords Adventures. That's a real creative title. And wait a second. The Twilight Princess, that Link gets his clothes a completely different way. After he's banished into his wolf form, and one of the gods of the spring saves him, he gives him the clothes. Wait a second. He gives him the clothes because they resembled the clothes that the Hero of Time wore. Isn't he the Hero of Time? Wouldn't you just look back at his watch? Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the Hero of Time stuff, yeah. Hey, wait a minute. That's not that Link! There's another time span in here. Oh my gosh. Because the Wind Waker would take place all after this, because this is before Hyrule's flooded. This is so dang complicated. And look at the order that they published these games in. Zelda 1 was a sequel to an in-betweenquel. Then Zelda 2 was the sequel of the in-betweenquel. Then Zelda 3 was a sequel of a sequel of a sequel of a sequel of sequels in-betweenquel. And Link's Awakening was a sequel of 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 an in-betweenquel. And the Ocarina of Time was both a prequel to an in-betweenquel and a sequel of 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 an in-betweenquel. And whichever order you put Oracle of Ages and the Seasons in, they would be sequels of a sequel of a sequel of an in-betweenquel. And the Wind Waker was a sequel of the Ocarina of Time, and the Phantom Hourglass was a sequel of the Wind Waker, and in between those is the Twilight Princess, which is another in-betweenquel. Yeah, and wait just one second. In Zelda 3, on the back of its case, it even says that it's supposed to take place way before Zelda 1 and Zelda 2. So it was a prequel? Doesn't make sense. And even when in an interview, the creator who made Zelda, someone asked him, what's the order for these games? And back then it was just Ocarina of Time and the other few. He said, first comes Ocarina of Time. Okay. Second, Zelda 1, then Zelda 2, then Zelda 3. Okay, besides from that being completely out of whack, how come he contradicted what was on the back of the cover? So, I guess both of them were wrong, who cares, and I have no clue where it's supposed to go, and it makes sense if it's right in here. And another thing, if the Minish Cap and the Four Swords all take place on dry land, shouldn't they come before the Wind Waker when everything's flooded? Oh, great. Everything goes here now. Jeez, that's a mess. How many Zeldas existed in this time? Let's see. One from here, 2, 3, 4. It's not just 4, there's 5. Because Zelda 2, it's not the Zelda from Zelda 1. You find some other Zelda who I guess was put to sleep, or eternally put to sleep until you put the 7 crystals into 7 places or whatever, and then you revive her. So, that's 5 Zeldas. And then we have the 4 different Links. 4 Links, 5 Zeldas? Oh my gosh. And you know there's going to be more Zelda games coming out that are just going to screw this up even more. And look at the orders these were published in. Okay, look. First, second, third, fourth. This whole chunk here is 5th. 6th down here. 7th and 8th in between. Then we have 9th way off somewhere. 10th was even farther out. Then 11th. 12th. 13th was in between the two. Then 14th, and there just to complicate things. How could you go in that order publishing these? Like in the beginning, how could you imagine this? Look, it was published first, 5th, then inside the 5th, we have the 6th, the 1st, 2nd, 7th and 8th, 3rd, then the 4th. Then we have the 13th, the 12th, the 9th, the 11th, 10th, then the 14th. Now, if you can comprehend that, when you're making the first game, you're crazy. K-R-A-Z. You're crazy. It's you. You're crazy.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh. Can't you count? Go in between the 5, then the 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Can't you count straight?
Well, not in a straight line.
Haven't you learned your alphabetical order and stuff like that?
Well, sure I have. C, A, B, 3, D, C, H, G.
Now, what would be so bad about making the first game called Zelda 1,
I did that.
then Zelda 2,
Did that too.
Zelda 3, Zelda 4, Zelda 5, Zelda 6, and
yeah.
no prequels, nothing inside little chunks of other ones, nothing that has to be flipped around and switched about. All in order.
That'd be crazy, Junior. Don't know what you talking about, fool.
Now, what was going through your mind when you decided to make the Ocarina of Time contain about 5, 6 other games?
Figure this one out, you nerds.
Did it ever occur to you that if you put all of them in order like I said, that maybe people would find them more collectible and maybe buy all of them and not just like 1 or 2?
Well, you serious?
I'm serious.
Whoa. You telling me all those geeks would fall for it? Sweet.
Why didn't you do that before?
Thought it'd be funny. Did it for some kicks and giggles.
That's how you entertain yourself?
Isn't it funny?
No. No, it's not.
Huh?
Whoa. I just thought of something.
Hey, what are you doing to me? No! Hey, give me back the
Go back to
car!
the map here. Map of ruined Hyrule. Alright, so in the Majora's Mask, we have the mailman, right? You all know the mailman, it's that creepy guy. He's also in Twilight Princess. There's supposed to be eons difference here. The entire Legend of Zelda series does not make sense because of the mailman!